Cynthia, do you have a moment? There's something I'd like to talk about.
What is it now? Have you done something rude again? You always surprise me.
No, it's about what you said the other day. I wanted to ask you for more details.
Oh, is it that important? I'm busy. Make it quick. I don't want to waste my time.
Actually, it's about the family gathering you mentioned the other day. I'd like to know the details. I'd also like to join if possible.
Oh, that. But it doesn't concern you. You have no right to join our family gatherings. You are completely different from us.
Please, as Andrew's wife, I think it's normal to participate as a family member.
I've never thought of you as part of the family. It's embarrassing to have someone like you in our family. I can't understand it at all.
I see. But I married Andrew, and I want to be recognized as part of the family. I want to fulfill my responsibilities as a family member.
You're just a farmer's daughter. There's no way you can be recognized as family. You would only disgrace our family's dignity. It would tarnish our traditions.
Wait, does that mean you won't accept me no matter what? Then what should I do to be accepted?
Yes, I am always right. You are not suitable for our family. Nothing you do will change that.
Then what can I do to be accepted by you? If there's any way, please tell me.
There's no such way. Your very existence is unpleasant. So just leave. Disappear from our sight.
Cynthia, that's too harsh. I've been doing my best, but is it still not enough?
I'm just being honest. Having someone like you in our family lowers our prestige. Please understand that. I have no intention of accepting you.
I understand. But I'm determined to live my life with Andrew. Please at least understand that.
Well, do as you please. Listen, how many types of food do you poor people know? Do you know French cuisine?
Of course I do.
Oh, really? Then what about Chinese food?
You're completely mocking me, aren't you?
I'm not mocking you at all. Do you know sushi?
It's rice seasoned with vinegar topped with seafood, right?
You might know it, but you probably haven't eaten it, have you?
I have.
Since you grew up poor, you're probably talking about cheap sushi sold in supermarkets, right?
Cynthia, I grew up in a normal household. We weren't particularly wealthy, but my parents showered me with love. We valued our family bonds. I've eaten normal sushi, and I've been to proper restaurants. I know how to enjoy food. So please stop treating my family as poor. I can't stand having my family insulted. My family has pride, too.
We're on completely different levels. Our family is so distinguished that we have distant royal relatives. We have history and tradition. Our family is special. My husband is successful enough to run a company, and Andrew will take over someday. Our family is looking toward the future. Your ancestors were just farmers, right? They have no history, just ordinary people. They're different from us.
With all due respect, aren't you, as someone who married into the family, originally in the same position as me?
I expected you to say that. But let me tell you, I too am a descendant of nobility. My family has a special lineage.
Well, that's quite a surprise. Then I should treat you with more respect, shouldn't I? As a descendant of nobility, you must have pride.
Our family has been carried on with noble blood. It's unthinkable that a peasant like you would stain it. The purity of our lineage would be tarnished.
That's quite a statement. But I love Andrew. I believe that love transcends family background.
I see. It's like a dirty mutt mixing in with a pack of purebred dogs, isn't it?
I think mutts are cute too. You can't judge everything by appearance. With love and care, even a mutt can become wonderful.
Of course, a mutt would defend another mutt. That's your limit. Your thinking is too naive.
Why did you approve of our marriage then? It's been 2 years since we got married, and now you're saying this?
Andrew insisted he wouldn't take over if we didn't approve. We had no choice for the sake of the family. It was a decision I made after much deliberation.
Is that so? I didn't know that. If that's the case, I should have tried harder.
We can't afford to let the lineage end with Andrew. That's why we initially approved. But you'll have to divorce soon. It's necessary for our family's sake.
So, that was the plan. I had a feeling, but hearing it still shocks me. But I won't give up.
We are currently looking for a suitable wife from a good bloodline. I have no expectations from you.
I don't want to divorce. I want to live happily with Andrew.
There you go, showing your true colors.
What? What do you mean by true colors?
You're realizing our prestigious bloodline and now don't want to divorce. That's why you're desperately clinging on. I see right through your intentions.
No, I didn't marry for family background. I married Andrew because I love him. I believe love is everything.
For us, it's a huge problem. Your very existence is an issue for our family. Imagine a bucket of water. What happens if you add mud to it?
It turns brown and murky, but that's not everything. Even mud can be purified with some effort.
You understand, don't you? That's exactly it. You're the one muddying our family. You're putting mud in our lineage.
I'm the mud? I never thought you'd say something like that. I can't understand your perspective.
Just thinking about it, it's interesting how someone like you, who might see themselves as mud, ended up marrying into our family, right? Don't forget that.
You're not taking back the mud comment, are you?
So, I'll treat you to some high-end sushi. As a gesture of my feelings. Enjoy it a little.
The word last bothers me. Is Andrew coming too? Or is it just me? I don't understand your intention.
Just you. Don't tell Andrew.
Is that okay?
We were planning to go with 5 relatives. You can join us.
Thank you.
Let's talk leisurely there.
Understood.
Sorry about that. It seems there was a mix-up. Maybe the restaurant thought you weren't suitable. I can't stop laughing.
But the chef said we can add one more person.
You're not family. You're livestock.
You told them the wife is not family, she's livestock, didn't you?
Can you imagine nobles and peasants dining together? Sushi is too good for you, so go eat some weeds.
That's terrible.
The relatives were all laughing hysterically. Your face, coming here and not being able to eat sushi, looking so down as you left, was more entertaining than any TV show. It was like watching a comedy program. We really enjoyed seeing your pathetic state.
Then why did you invite me? I took the subway to get there. Was it a waste of time and money just to do that? Think a little about how much I was looking forward to this.
The subway? Riding such a commoner's vehicle, you're definitely not fit to be in our family. I can't see you as suitable for our lineage. As a family with noble blood, you should behave more appropriately.
Andrew's hard-earned money is important, so I don't want to waste it. I think we should spend money carefully. Saving is an important value.
For nobles, riding in a horse-drawn vehicle is common sense. In modern terms, it's like a taxi. You may not understand, but that's our way of life. Such luxuries are necessary for our lineage.
I can easily walk about 2 stations. It's good for my health and saves money. I'm satisfied with that.
My, what a barbaric mentality. Were your ancestors foot soldiers or something? With that mindset, we won't get along. You won't understand the values of nobility.
I didn't come for the sushi. I came to have a serious discussion with you. I want to have a proper conversation. I wanted to talk seriously about our future.
There's nothing to discuss. Talking with you is pointless. You don't need to be involved in our lives.
In modern America, isn't it time to stop talking about nobility? We are no longer in an era to be fixated on such things. We should aim for an equal society. Can't you respect the wishes of Andrew and me? We should be the ones to decide our lives.
You live in a different world. Our lives and yours are completely separate. You can't understand our values. I still live each day feeling the breeze. Can you understand that elegant lifestyle? I doubt you can.
It must be a very refined breeze. It's wonderful that you can feel such a thing. I envy that kind of life.
Just now, it was decided in a family meeting.
What was decided? Did something important get decided? Please tell me.
Your divorce from Andrew. You are no longer allowed to stay together. You are not suitable for our lineage.
What? Your husband wasn't there, but did he approve this? Did you decide such an important thing on your own?
He rarely opposes what I say, so it's not an issue. My decision is final. My word is absolute.
What about Andrew? What's his opinion?
I've trained him to listen to whatever I say, so there's no need to worry. He follows my instructions.
Andrew is on a business trip right now, so I'll discuss it with him when he returns. Please wait until then. I want to resolve this through proper discussion.
There's no need for that. I just sent him a line message saying, "Get divorced," and he replied with a "got it" stamp. That's all there is to it.
What? You're joking, right? If that's true, I'm shocked. I can't believe something so important was decided so easily.
It was fast. It shows he's also thinking about the future of this family. That's his responsibility. He's putting the family's needs first.
I see.
No need for farewells. Just pack your things and go back to your parents' house. Don't waste time. We don't have time to waste.
At least let me greet my father-in-law. I want to show my final respect. I think it's proper manners.
No need for that. We don't have time to meet lowly people repeatedly. We hate wasting time. Our lives are busy.
Okay. After this, whatever happens, it's not going to be my business.
What?
Nothing. Thank you for everything.
Oh, I must have the sushi. Goodbye. I'll forget about you. Hey, why? Why did it come to this?
Huh?
It's obviously your fault, isn't it?
What's happened?
My husband is furious.
I don't know what you're talking about. Cynthia, you must have done something to upset him.
Well, just now, the old man with white hair who was sitting next to us at the sushi restaurant said, "People who bully their daughter-in-law in this day and age must be quite idle." So it turned into a huge argument.
In such a high-end place?
When I told him, "Don't interfere in other people's problems," he said, "Well then, I won't pay for it." He said something incomprehensible.
Okay.
When I said, "I never expected you to pay," he laughed defiantly and said, "Enjoy your last supper," and left.
Who was he?
Apparently, he's the chairman of a group company my husband is involved with.
Was your husband a hired president?
Actually, yes.
What? But how did he know about you? Have you met him before?
I think he recognized me because relatives were loudly talking about my husband and the company.
I see.
What should we do? I said some awful things that I can't even write here.
I'm scared to even imagine what you might have said.
My husband is making a fuss about the divorce. I have to find a way to persuade him. I can't endure a divorce at this age. I don't have the mental strength for that.
That's a marital issue. It's not really something I should interfere with. You should resolve your family issues on your own.
We're family. You should at least offer some advice. You're part of this family too, so you have a duty to help. You can't just abandon us.
You tried to kick me out, but now you only think of me as family when it's convenient? Isn't that incredibly selfish? I don't understand.
Stop being stingy and think of something. You fool. There must be something you can do for me. Be of some help.
Is it appropriate for someone of your noble status to use such language? Shouldn't you be using more refined words? Consider your position.
Shut up. This isn't the time for that. Don't you understand how serious the situation is?
You are just a commoner, so it's to be expected that you lack refinement. We're different from you. I don't expect refinement from you.
What? What are you saying? I'm not someone who can be called a commoner. I have noble blood in my veins.
Your ancestors were nothing but commoners. That's the fact. History proves it.
What do you know about my family? What could you possibly know about my family history? You don't even know my family's history.
Do you know about family tree services? They can trace the past for you. It's easy to do these days.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not interested in such things. It has nothing to do with me.
They can trace and create family trees. You can find out any history. You can know the truth.
So what? I don't care about that. What I believe is all that matters.
Andrew has been told since childhood about nobility and royalty, and he's always had doubts about it. He's questioned whether it's truly the case.
What doubts could there be? It's a fact. To question it is foolish.
There's no evidence, you see. It's unreasonable to believe something without evidence. Without evidence, it's just a legend.
It's from so long ago. There's no way evidence would remain. but it's still the truth.
Apparently, with family trees, you can trace back to a certain extent. But no matter how you trace it, your family has no connection to nobility. That's the truth.
That's a lie. There's no way that's true. I can't believe that.
According to what Andrew heard from several of your relatives, your father was famously known as a great braggart. That's the truth.
No way. I've never heard of such a thing. I can't believe that.
Perhaps you were brainwashed with lies from childhood and came to believe them. But that's the truth. You were deceived.
No way. I can't believe it. That I'm not a descendant of nobility. I've always thought I was noble.
I knew about it, but I couldn't say anything to you, who always talked about nobility. I thought it would hurt your pride, so I didn't say anything.
It's unbelievable. I'm in shock. I've believed it all this time. What should I do now?
At least, it's true that you're distantly related to royalty on your husband's side. That might be the only comfort. You'll have to live believing that. Although, it's so distant that it's almost invisible. There doesn't seem to be much of a concrete connection, though. Still, it's something to be proud of, at least a little.
I see. I can't believe something like this really happened. My pride is so deeply hurt.
It seems like the mud like you got mixed in, but is that all right? I didn't think your existence would become a problem.
How could you say such a thing? I can't believe you would say that. How can you say something like that so easily?
You're the one who said those words to me. Have you forgotten? I'm just returning what you started.
I understand, but even so, it's painful to be told such things.
Whether or not I'm noble doesn't matter. In modern times, it's of no use. Please face reality.
All right. I don't need a divorce, but please do something about my husband and me. Think of a way to help us.
Why should I? It's not my concern.
If you told that old man with white hair that it wasn't bullying, wouldn't that solve anything? I need your help.
The problem isn't that. It's the insults from you, right? Your words and actions are the root cause of everything. I don't think it would make a difference if I left now. It's too late.
I was told it was the first time he'd met someone so outdated and rude. I was severely insulted.
I don't think the chairman is wrong. There is some truth in what he said.
The president's term is every 2 years, and if nothing changes, it gets renewed. But I was told not to expect a renewal this year. Is it my fault?
It's your fault. All of your actions are the cause of everything.
If we get divorced at this age, how will I live? Ah, I've got a good idea.
No, don't continue. I know what you're going to say. I can already read your mind.
Let's live together. I'm sure we can make it work.
See, I knew you would say that.
Although he's just a distant relative, Andrew is my actual son. He will help me, right? He's my son.
I'm afraid to tell you this, but Andrew wants to avoid further contact with you, and he's tired of dealing with you.
What? I haven't heard anything like that.
Seeing how things have been with me, he apologized for making you deal with such a person. He wants to reconsider his relationship with you.
So you're saying it's my fault? What do you want me to do?
When I said I wanted to cut off ties, Andrew agreed.
Wait, don't separate Andrew and me. He's my precious son.
Andrew chose me over you. He decided to prioritize me.
I gave birth to him. He's my son.
Children don't stay in the nest forever. It's time for him to become independent.
Let me see Andrew. Please.
He said he'd attend family events like weddings and funerals, but otherwise, he has no intention of meeting you.
That means my funeral will be the next time. I don't want that. How can I see him from inside a coffin? It's too late after I'm dead.
Why not watch over him from the afterlife? That might be the best option.
You look so mild, but you're such a cruel wife. How can you say such horrible things?
Given what you've done to me, this is only natural. And considering what's to come, I can't continue to be involved with you.
Don't say that. Please, give me another chance. I'm truly sorry.
Your apology means nothing now. We have nothing to do with each other anymore.
Please, don't say that. Please, help me.
I'll help if there's value in it, but right now, I don't see any. Live proudly as a noble from now on. Well then, goodbye. Afterward, Cynthia's arrogant attitude finally pushed my father-in-law to his breaking point. The incident at the sushi restaurant became the final straw, and my father-in-law made the decision to divorce Cynthia. He said he could no longer endure it. He immediately consulted a lawyer and began the divorce proceedings. Cynthia was stunned and desperately clung to my father-in-law, but his resolve was unshakable. After the divorce was finalized, Cynthia was expelled from the luxurious home and had to live on a meager alimony and pension. She could no longer afford the lavish lifestyle she once enjoyed. Post-divorce, my father-in-law regained his health and began enjoying time with friends. He cheerfully says, "I've gained my freedom." As for Cynthia, she lives a lonely life in a small apartment. She is disliked by the neighbors and spends her days in solitude. Meanwhile, Andrew and I have deepened our bond and are living happily, supporting each other. Life without Cynthia is peaceful and serene. I want to live steadily to ensure this tranquility doesn't escape us.